Here's the usual fox slop. They didn't even bother to say if the museum will tell us where Koresh got the AK-47 assault rifles.
This is an important week, of course, for Waco. Chris Gutierrez is live there now to explain what's going on. Chris?
Jane, tragically, nearly 80 people died when the Branch Davidian caught fire 14 years ago today, including 21 children. You can see here behind me, there's actually a new church where the compound once stood, and the new congregation is also here, and they have a much different take on David Koresh. Now, the spiritual leader of the group that worships here now says it was prophesied that adults and children would die in the flames of a fire when they chose to follow man instead of Christ. That man, he says, was David Koresh. Still, the new congregation wants to honor those who died following Koresh by building a museum, but those who survived the fire are against the idea. Here's why. They believe Koresh was the Messiah, and they fear a museum won't accurately depict what happened because the reorganized sect of the Branch Davidians that currently worship here despise David Koresh. Here's why.
Anyone that, claims to have the mind of God, claims to sit in the seat of God, and claims to be God is going to receive the judgment from God as it is outlined in Ezekiel 28 and in Ezekiel 9. And that's what we believe was fulfilled here.
Now, that's Charles Pace. He's the spiritual leader for the group that worships here right now. He says Koresh twisted the Bible's teaching, so he actually split from the Branch Davidians in the mid-'80s. And now that he's back, again, he wants to build that museum. But when he stepped in as leader of the new church, the Branch Davidians who survived the fire, well, they left and they took the charred remnants with them. Some in this community now would like to see those things in a museum, but they understand why both sides can't reach a compromise.
I'm a historian, and so I think a museum, something educating the public, would be a very nice thing. But I also think this is a religious community, and there's a lot of, there are privacy issues, and yeah, I think it's a fine line that needs to be drawn, or I'm not sure where I fall with that line, actually.
Now, these are the names right here etched into these plaques of the people who actually passed away. It's just one part of the museum project that, if funded, could take years to build. Jane, back to you.
Chris Gutierrez for us in Waco. Chris, thanks.